Welcome back to the C Morning Show, and now we're ready to our second talk show for today. It's
Yes.
gonna be interesting because probably it's related to all mothers out there.
Yes.
And we have mother figure here. We are going to talk about mom shaming.
Yes.
Maybe it's a new terms for me.
Okay.
But I think it's maybe I'm familiar with the the behavior.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
have you ever experienced about mom shaming, Carol?
A lot,
Mother
because
shaming.
basically, I mean, for I think mothers and also women out there, I mean, shaming has become our daily lives, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
too
definitely
bad.
for mom is going to be much more harder to accept because especially when you're touching base, let's say, oh, this boy or this girl is like this, and this because the mother probably not paying attention because she's busy working. Look at her activities. That's why
That's
she's
mom
rarely at home. But you don't know what's going on
Okay.
in this mother's life where she has to tackle everything. And sometimes with children, I mean, they will have some certain behaviors, but it's
Yeah.
not because of the parenting skill.
Yeah.
But they will assume it's the mother. Usually it's the mother first and then the father. But basically the number one would be the mother.
Wow.
Mother,
Oh my
I
God.
love you today.
Of course, we love our mothers.
That's
but
right.
the pressure from the society is getting harder and harder.
That's right.
You
And especially with social media playing a part of that, it becomes much more, it's mentally exhausting. And because of this, the latest study revealed Indonesia has a large number of mothers who experience mom shaming. Health Collaborative Center, or HCC, research found that as many as 72% of the 892 mothers involved in the survey admitted to having experienced mom shaming. This indicates that around 7 out of 10 mothers in Indonesia have experienced this unpleasant incident.
Wow, it's so sad.
It is.
And the facts show that the majority of mom shaming perpetrators actually come from nuclear families. And the nuclear family in question includes husbands, parents, in-laws, even brothers and sisters who live in the same house. Well, they should be a mother's number one support system, right?
Yes.
Or the biggest supporter in the house, in the family. The effects of mom shaming are clearly harmful to mental health and mother's physique, of
That's
course.
right. Now let's discuss this matter with clinical psychologist at Personal Growth, Shierlen Octavia. Good morning, Shierlen. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Welcome back.
Again, it's always this discussion that we have with you, and thank you for
my
being
God.
here with us.
Exactly, and one thing for sure, because we are discussing so many things with Shirley. So basically, human is really complex. We have so many things to discuss about the behavior, and now it's very specific about mom shaming. And we already discussed about that previously, but can you elaborate that in psychological probably descriptions? What is mom shaming?
Okay, so mom shaming refers to the act of judging or like commenting, but in a condescending way to a mother for her like parenting decisions or behaviors. And commonly this include like negative comments and then harsh judgment and unsolicited advices, yes, of course, to the mothers. And common areas of mom shaming include like feeding choices, such as judging mothers for like breastfeeding,
Right.
yeah, versus formula feeding, like for how long mother should breastfeed,
That's right.
or what type of food should the mother give to their children.
Yes.
And also including like the working choices. Yes, because it is very common for people to criticize mom for like staying at home or going back to work, or like their decision to balance their work and also like their duties at home, and even the lifestyle choices of their children. Yes,
And
like
every household is very different, right?
yes, like everything about their children, like such as the children's screen time, and then like their extracurricular activities, what classes they are involved in. Yeah.
Wow.
One has to be above from the other.
So basically, people have
like a
time
race.
to do that. I mean, to commenting
Yes.
from others'
There's a lot.
perspective.
Yes.
Wow, do you experience that, Carol?
Yes, I do.
Really?
I did. I went past that, and I'm still undergoing that
With
to
your
the
three
present day.
kids? I mean-
yes. I mean, again, judgment, it's always going to be there. Again, I said, as you know, social media plays a big part of this.
Yes.
When you already put your life, especially in the society, I think you have to be ready for that.
Right.
But not only that, I think, you know, from the nuclear family, Shafira also mentioned before, I've also heard stories where, you know, there's a husband saying that, look at my friend's wife that can just go back to shape after labor, after 3 months. But, you know, I think you should do more exercise. I think you should eat more red rice as opposed to white rice. I mean, giving advices and, you know, and maybe a good criticism, how can we differentiate that than mom shaming, even though you're trying to be as positive as you can be of giving advices?
Yeah, actually the difference primarily lies in these three aspects.
Okay.
The first one is the intention.
Yes.
Yes.
We can feel it, right? What's your
can feel it.
intention?
And then the second one is the delivery, the way of delivery. And the last one is the impact of the message.
Okay.
So with giving advices or criticism, the intention is very clear. It is to provide support and help. So of course the delivery is always in a kind and understanding manner and then constructive.
Yep.
And only given when the mother asks for it.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
and or if it's a clear indication that the mother is open to suggestions. Yes,
that's the thing.
but then with mom shaming, it is actually the intention is more to like judging the mothers for their decisions, and the way of delivery is usually in a harsh.
Judgmental.
Judgmental tone.
Yeah.
Yes, and the impact in giving advices, the mothers are provided with like useful information about parenting, while in committing the mom shamers usually
Mom shamers.
yes try to like giving more pressure and can lead to detrimental effects for the mothers mental health, such as guilt and shame, and also incompetency feelings.
Wow, that's so bad. It's very, wow. I can imagine for mothers who are struggling with the kids, with the household,
Yes.
and still receive all that bad comments or unnecessary, you know, advice from someone's probably, well, someone's that you think that they support you,
Yes.
but at the same
Especially
time
if
they
it's your
criticize you
inner circle
without
family.
solutions. They're
Yeah.
just commenting and everything. So, is there any characteristic of mom shaming that often occurs?
Yes, of course. The first one is unsolicited, of course.
Yeah.
So the comments usually coming without the mom seeking advices or feedbacks, and also lack of empathy and understanding. So for example, the sentence can be like, no wonder that your children are so cranky. You clearly don't know like how to set a proper bedtime.
Yeah.
Instead of maybe you can say, I found that sticking to a consistent bedtime routine help my child to sleep better. Maybe it can work. It would work for you too.
Right.
Like, you can sense the difference between the tone. So with the first one, the mom shaming, we can sense like there is a judgmental tone, like a condescending way to
Yes.
when giving advices.
Right.
And also it involves comparing mothers to unfavorably to others, whether it is societal standards or their own parenting experiences, and maybe other mothers out there. And usually there is also a tone like the mothers should conform to implicitly or explicitly to some parenting norms, and dismisses like the parents' unique needs and also the
Right.
mother's belief and values or preferences.
And I mean, we've seen, we already gave the data before, 7 out of 10 mothers in Indonesia out of the survey of 892 mothers in Indonesia. And that is a huge percentage. 7 out of 10 have experienced mom shaming. So what is the underlying factor for one that is becoming mom shamers, would you think?
Okay.
Is it more of their social life, or this individual, like you said before, probably went through it before, and then now actually a ripple effect where I became the victim before, and I know without
I want to do that
subconsciously,
with
now I'm going to do
another.
it to someone
Yeah,
else because
yeah.
I think my life is perfect.
Yes. Most of the cases of mom shaming actually stems from coming from a place of insecurity.
Okay.
Yeah, so they try to validate their own experiences of parenting or making decisions about their children and or maybe jealousy. So yes.
That's a big factor.
Yes, they might see like other mothers have it easy or like can make more money even though they have children or like their children better behave than their own children.
Right.
Yes, and it can also come from like a lack of empathy because not everyone can be a mother, and not everyone can understand like the experience of being a mother, and maybe being a woman in general.
Yeah, that's the thing, jealousy. But
Jealousy, yes.
sometimes people didn't realize that we feel that inside within us, and then we are just commenting towards other or someone else, and then affected to them as a mom.
We're conveying our energy.
Exactly. So, what is the impact, that someone attempt with the mom shaming in mental health? Probably, Carol, you can also share with us with your experience.
Yeah, I was really sad at that time. Especially as a first-time mother.
Yes.
I have to go through I have baby blues at that time. I experienced that.
It was on the first.
My first one, it's my first. I think as a first-time mother, you experience everything.
A lot, right?
Right. The changes of your body, the changes of your mood, your feelings. Yet alone, maybe you see that your spouse is going back to your daily activities, working, and you can't work yet, and then you have your bundle of joy, but sometimes you don't understand because it's your first time, and then you'll see someone kind of like giving you the messages like you should do this and this, and everything is just in a mumble jumble in your head, right? And it really I would really cry that time, Shierlen and also Shafira, for no reason. Like it's like a sudden cry all of a sudden.
So, in a psychological perspective, what is the biggest impact?
The biggest impact, worry about being judged can make mothers more anxious and potentially leading to like increased level of depression, yes, of course, and then like decreased sense of worth and questioning like their parenting abilities and self-identity, even harming their self-esteem.
Wow. Is it impacted to the kids as well? I mean,
For sure.
Yes.
parenting
Yes.
thoughts and
It affects like the mom and children attachment and bonding actually because children can sense like their mother's
right.
emotional experience as well.
That's
oh
right.
my God.
Now, Shierlen, how can we, the one as the victim, let's say, can really, we can be strong enough, but not to give it back to them. We don't become the mom shamers, but we're strong enough to kind of uphold all these judgments and criticisms by the mom shamers.
Yes, well, if you're blessed with a thick skin, you can like clap back.
Yeah.
With a polite, of course, but a firm affirmation. We can also add like a little sense of humor.
Okay.
Yes, to like reply back to the mom shamers. So in a hope that they can understand or getting more empathy to us. But then the second one, you should also seek professional comments if you have like hesitation because of the mom shamers, like because they comment like how you should parent your children and else. Because rather than listening to the mom shamers, they are not professionals, of course. So it is a better way to ask professionals to consult with them, so you know like what is the best for your children. But then when everything else fails, like you already tried to reply it with a polite but firm manner, you should avoid like debating with them because whatever it is, like you do not have to explain why you think your position is right or like explaining like your parenting because the mom shamers won't understand anyway.
Exactly.
And yes, and regardless of who is saying like what your parenting behavior and else, like you should know ultimately you are the one that knows the best for the family.
Yes.
And in parenting, like no one size fits all answer to all problems of parenting actually. And so for all the mothers out there, stand tall, like dismiss all the mom bullies.
Mom bullies, there you go.
I like the word.
And just take care of your kids. I mean, I know that every mother out there is doing their best
Of course.
for their children, and whatever like the outsiders are saying about their children, yeah, ultimately they don't know like what your family is going through or like what your circumstances. Yeah.
So it means it's okay to respond.
Yes, okay.
From the mom shamers or the moms bullies that when we got the, the bad comments and everything. So it's okay to respond, or we just leave it that way. Just okay. I just want to focus with my family and restoring the mental health and everything.
Well, it's actually okay to respond, but again, what is not okay is to debate. Like,
okay.
you can just.
It can lead to,
Yeah, you
A
can.
heated situation.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
usually they won't back down.
Yeah, and then the mom will lose the focus, right?
Yes.
And why add more hatred in your life?
Why? Yes.
More peace.
Yeah, but sometimes the question is why not? No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's the question. I mean, so basically it's okay to respond, but we have to understand our situations first, right? So we don't, like you said, we don't want to put more heat, and then we don't want things getting worse than before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't want to waste your precious energy.
Exactly.
Better you take care of yourself and your children and your family.
Right.
All right, Shierlen, thank you very much.
Thank you so
for
much for
shining a
coming.
light on mom shaming. This is really happening in the communities, especially around mothers.
In a modern era.
In a modern era. So please be kind and be nice amongst each other, with your mothers or women, women to women, mothers to mothers, because we're living the same life in the same world, and let's make a very peaceful and happy one.
That's the thing. We want to create a better future, become a better human being. So we have to create a positive environment as well.
Yes, right.
All right, thank you so much. And after the break, we'll have more updates just for you. Please stay with us on See Today.